Respected friends, sadhakas, welcome with all gratitudes, salutations, congratulations that with the given abilities and timings, we are trying our best. In fact, we can't say best, but okay, to study this sublime Shastra, Yoga Vasishtha, Maharamayana, and trying to understand the truth through that. LELOPAKHYANAM in the third Prakarana, Utpatthi Prakaranam, story of Leela, Mother Saraswati, Samvada. Today's new chapter, 21, Leela Vishranthi Upadesha is, in which Leela gets what Mother is trying to say and gets totally consoled within herself because of understanding that substratum. And then Chidakasha, and then other than all that, she understands that it is the manipulation of the antakarana, the mana, the smriti, the chitta, the vasanas only. None of them none of them touch the reality. Without touching reality, all these are manipulated. Therefore, reality is intact, untouched. And that I am. She got into that Adbhuta Anubhuti, therefore Vishranti. Let us also see that if we do get some insight having studied this, if not, continue studying slowly, we become qualified to get that insight. Start with Parayanam, in the sense the Prarthana mantras. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानाम् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्ण आदि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण मोक्ष शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। ओम पूर्णानंद स्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिम् अमुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीला विश्रांत्योपदेश नाम एकविंशतितम सर्गः लीलोपाख्याने। Parayanam of this 21st Sarga. Yesterday we have done all the 70 mantras, whatever they are. Today let us see what Mother Saraswati is saying and how much we can grasp, understand. All these are Brahma Vidyas, Tattva Vidya, Atma Vidya, Sadvastu Vidya. You know? Slowly, from nothing known to, with the use of Buddhi, we started knowing so many things about the Prakriti, and as science, so much developed. So may same way with the Buddhi, the Sarva Adhisthana Tattva also is apprehended, comprehended, going beyond the Buddhi, that is experienced. They are called as the Rishi Muni. They are no more identified with Upadhi, they are with the Adhisthana. Upadhi, Tadatma, always there is samsara. Upadhi Adhita, Adhisthana Tadatma, no more samsara. These are the crucial basic Vedantic things. By now, we must have become familiar with. Then, along with familiarity, the clarity. Then, conviction. And slowly, as we saw in the morning, Mudamate, stopping to live the life of Dukrum Karane, we have to start to live the life of Bhaja Govindam. This is how we help ourselves in evolving, wherein the help required from the Guru Lord Shastra is always openly available, freely unasked. Hmm. Hey Rama. Mhm. Now, लीलोपाख्याने विश्रांति उपदेश वर्णनं नाम एकविंशतितमः सर्गः. श्रीदेवी उवाच. Mother Saraswati is giving this knowledge. Let us see, can our buddhi to understand it or not. Try to करते हैं. प्रतिभान्ति जगन्त्याशु मृतिमोहादनन्तरं जीवस्योन्मीलनादक्ष्णोः रूपाणि वाखिलानि अलम्. So, Mruti Mohad Anantaram. There is no Mruti. To whom the Mruti? The Jiva. Is the Jiva real? He is also concept. Oh, okay, let us say that Mruti happened. But here, Saraswati Mata wants to be very vehement and clear. She says, Mruti is a Moha. No death at all possible. So that Mruti Mohad Anantaram. After that, delusory experience of death of living one body, Ashu immediately pratibhanti jaganti. The different worlds are seen by that body left jiva. So here Ashu we can add to this uh, the other siddhanta of karma phala as given by Yama Adi, Punya and Papa Karma Phala, different Shariras, yonis. Without missing that, today we chanted that exhaustively in 21 Narakas, and how through the 12 13 days of Shraddha Karma done to that departed father, mother, they can be made to be freed from all those 21 Narakas, even though they deserve them because of that mistakes. Such a beautiful topic in Skanda Purana we chanted today, we studied. Same way here also, keeping that also in mind, complement both thoughts. So here mother says, after leaving the Sharira, the Pratibhanti Jaganti, the subsequent worlds are absolutely clearly seen by this left jiva. Because he left the body, but he continued the delusion, no? He continued the illusion. He continued believing his vasanas. He continued believing his mind and its projections. Therefore, they are saying, Pratibhanti Jaganti Ashu Murtimohad Anantaram. Example, Jivasya Unmilanad Akshno. When Jiva opens his eyes early morning or any time after closing, Rupani va Akilani. Like the whole world is seen the moment I open the eyes. In the same way, Alam Rupani Akilam Akshnoho Unmilanat. In that same way, he will see the subsequent worlds. This way, the creation and his bondage in the world with Upadis continues. Is it really happening? No, but in his own ignorance, they are all happening. Till he realizes the reality. Once he sees that world, immediately all the things in the world which he was familiar with earlier and believed to be true, all of them also come in front of him. So, quickly, the vasanas and the smritis overpoweringly attack the intellect to make it accept the world in front as the world of Rupanama rather than that everything is that substratum Brahman. This is what is a very sublime knowledge. If you can catch nothing like that, we try. दिक्कालकलनाकाश धर्मकर्ममयानि च परिस्फुरन्त्यनन्तानि कल्पान्तस्थैर्यवन्ति च. So dik directions, kala and kalana, time and its calculations, akasha, the space, dharma, the dharmas of everything in the world and one's own, karmamayani, all the karmas to be done as duty or done prompted by the desires. Anantani, these all countlessly, endlessly, parispuranti. They come into Ispurana and acceptance. Kalpanta sthairyavanti cha. They all continue till the Kalpanta. And even the Kalpa concludes, new Mahakalpa starts. That time also they continue. As long as he maintains the reality in his conviction regarding the Jagat. So long he will be in that endlessly delusory world. So the other side of it is whichever in how many ever number of those lives or expressions he tries through the study of the Shastra and Guru Upadesha to realize the substratum. Then, having seen the substratum, these all will be understood to be mithya unreal. Otherwise, kalpanta, even beyond that, these phenomena goes on. Like every day when we get up, open the eyes, immediately the world is seen. So I identify with myself because of all vasanas before I slept. Then with the same vasana, I see the world. I interact with the world. सारा फिर से आज रात को सो गया कल सुबह उठूंगा, I'll continue it. Am I not doing same thing? Am I any time thinking that is this whole world seen real? What is substrate of it? Who is seeing it? What is the position of these upadhis? Are they real? Who is this here? Is there anything beyond all that? We are not inquiring, no. They were with the existing impressions and convictions. They are called smruti. We are continuing, and it is appearing to be sufficient for vyavahara as a jiva for the and with the upadhis. As a jiva with the upadhis for the upadhis, this whole thing called as vyavahara appear to be sufficient. Therefore, we are not finding the need to inquire into. Somebody should tell us, "Arey jignasa kar, inquiry kar." Or once, maybe after many lives of some punya, one day it may appear. Let me do the adhisthana or karana jignasa. Jignasa means wanting to know the substratum. You and I also, many lives of punya, at least we are exposed through the shastras about something other than the world is there. Having heard this, the Tivra Jignasa, if it happens in us, then leaving everything aside, we try to see that self within us. It's not available outside, inside only. है ना? Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. In Gita also same thing we saw in class. In our Shvetashatra Upanishad also, Pashyanti Atmastham. Isn't it? Jnatva Atmastham Amrutam Vishwadhama. See that in both texts. It's within us only. Okay, Dikala Kalana Akasha Dharma Karma Mayani cha Anantani Parispuranti Kalpanta Stairyavanti cha. Kalpanta, the other subtle meaning is till the Kalpana taken as reality continues. Till that time the Kalpana appears to be real. It is I, we have to understand that I am in my own delusion, and it's I. We have to break the shackles of delusion of seeing which is not there to see the reality. नहीं करूं तो कोई चलता ही रहेगा ऐसे ही संसार. How important is this topic becoming complement to our study of other shastras, isn't it? That we can maintain our delusion as long as we want. We can break it. See, the freedom never to try is also with us. Freedom to single pointedly try and obtain is also with us. This is not a public sentence, means statement, it is personal statement, means everyone should take it personally. That's the meaning of Dukum Karne Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Sanite Gale Samprapte. Therefore, He Mudamate, Govindam Bhaja, Govindam Bhaja, Govindam Bhaja. है ना, जैसे डॉक्टर साहब तीन दवाइयाँ देते हैं ना, तीन दफा सुबह दोपहर शाम को ले लेना. शंकर भगवान also सुबह दोपहर शाम गोविंदम भज take the tablet. That alone rakshati sannidhe kale samprapte. It never, it makes us realize that we are that self to which there is no sannita kala at all. See those understandings if they dawn and remove the misunderstandings that as a reality we are always there. As a kalpita upadhis, they are never there. Every moment they are only appearing, changing. First of all, they are appearing. Second is not same, isn't it? Instead of getting frightened that this Sharira is becoming old, why can't we understand that it is not the same stupid fellow going on changing, therefore it is not real. हर पल वो बदल रहा है, वो फिर वो असत्य है, तो फिर उसको सत्य मानोगे तो धोखा देगा ना. एंड नोबडी गिव्स धोखा, हम ही खाते हैं. Nobody cheats us, we only get cheated in our own ignorance, isn't it? Think about it. Everything in the world continuously changing. That change itself proves that it is unreal because real should never change. So why not hold on to the real? Why we are holding on to the unreal? है ना? The changeless self which is infinite, we discard it. Continuously changing this finite world, we want it to be changeless and infinite. This is called delusion, which is not possible to happen. Therefore, the continuous misery. They're becoming subjective. There's a mistake in only in my misunderstanding. I have to rectify it with correct understanding. The one who in this way approaches, he is called Adhyatmic Sadhaka. He is called Tattva Jignasu. He is the one and the only one who gets moksha. Because he is reaching the truth through searching it, which is samsara rahita. Choice is ours, isn't it? Next one. Nanubhutam nayat drushtam tanmaya krutamityave tatkshanat smrutitam eti swapne swamaranam yatha. देखो. See, what are the things he gets into his smriti when he gets into, he goes beyond the body into the new sharira, or even not. He continues to watch. Na anubhutam na yadrushtam. See, the anubhuta anyway created vasanas, they anyway will project. Drushtam, that also. Not only these two. Na anubhutam na yadrushtam. That which was never experienced, that which was never seen things also. Tanmaya krutayam ityapi. Then done and experienced things also. Tatskrinat smrutidam eti. He will get into his smriti. Smriti is in the chitta level. From beyond the samskaras it will come. Sometimes without seen, without anubhuta also, they will come. See that example one is given. Swapne swamaranam yatha. Sometime we get a dream that some accident happened and we died and everybody is watching. है ना? Two types of people. Some are celebrating. अच्छा हो गया इसने हमको इतना पैसा दिया, वापस करना पड़ता था. The others are miserable. यार इसको हमने इतना पैसा दिया. Both types. But we watch it. But did we experience our death? No. But did it come as a dream or not? We have not experienced it. But like that. So therefore, don't be surprised that not only which are there in vasana, that chitta has the ability to manipulate, है ना? Which are never there also. That's how the chitta and maya's shakti. Remember, potentiality is permanent, infinite. Expression of potentialities can be unique. Like how many dances are there? They are the expressions of the potentiality of dancing. That potentiality remaining intact. What dance process we have today? Not only that, the new dances also will come up or not. That's why you see no two dances on two songs are same. In thousands and thousands and thousands of movies and thousands of songs. Not the same. How come so many? They were not danced earlier. So what? The potentiality is there, therefore unique way it will express. So to the languages. Not the same languages. Yours will come, your will come. अरे they were not there कैसे आए हैं? Potentiality है ना उसमें से आ जाए. Like through hybriding, lots of plants and newer things are प्रोड्यूस्ड. दो प्लांट्स को मिलाकर नए गुलाब का जो बनाते हैं कुछ न कुछ. दे वर नेवर देयर अर्लियर. हाउ कम दे हैव कम? दे वर नॉट देयर बट पोटेंशियली दे वर देयर. therefore they expressed. therefore nothing to be surprised about when new things come up. yet they are all माया. ये तो पकड़ो. माया शक्ति नए नए ऐसे कल्पनाएं कर लेती. Yeah, new beings also will come. Some go into extinction. If some go to extinction, as if they are no more available to be seen, that should tell us to understand that. Therefore, if the existing things can get extinct, the new species also can appear. Let them appear, but all of them are Maya. वो बोलो मत. That's what it says. तत्क्षणात् स्मृतिताम एति स्वप्ने मरणं यथा Na anubhutam na yadrushtam. That which is not experienced, that which was not seen, even they also will be remembered by him. Projected by him, capacity of the chitta is to project. Oh, mix up karke, manipulate karke, it can project. Like in dream, he gave the example of swamaranam, but many other things which were never seen by us in waking plane, they also can appear because of the impressions admixed also, or the chitta's capacity to project. Hmm. But all of that is only smriti. Here smriti means vasana. Okay. Bhrantirevam, see? Bhrantirevam ananteyam chidvyoma vyomni bhasura apakudya jagannamni nagari kalpanatmika. See? Bhranti evam ananta yam. Yam ananta bhranti evam. In this way, the endless is the delusory projections of the variety of the world, desha, kala, rupa, nama, chit, vyomni, bhasura. The chit vyoma, the pure consciousness, by the Maya Shakti or Chitta, in this way, can appear, can be taken as, can be projected. So, apakudya jagannamni nagari kalpanatmika. So, there is no kudya. Without the solid walls at all anywhere, the entire Jagat named Nagari is seen. Like when you see a Nagari, it has to have so many buildings, and all of them have the variety of walls, windows, etc. But in this thing, without the Kudya means solidity, still the things can appear. That phrase which is used here, no, Apakudya Jagannamni, is said in different contexts in different way, meaning this only. Solidly, there are no buildings means building material, all of them are not there. Yet you see the buildings there. स्वप्न में होते कि नहीं? कल्पना में in the same way. So the other day when we were studying Mandukya, this was the question, when you see an elephant in your dream, in whatever the natak it has done. Now, the question asked there by Siddhant is, who is the mother and father of that element in the dream? See that? We should know, na? Without mother, father, the things cannot be born. How when you ask a question, वो वाला तो आया ही नहीं था सपने में. Then who is his mother and father? That is enough for the Siddhanti to make the person understand that without its mother and father, how can it be born? Therefore, you can't say the answer who is the mother father. Therefore, see from this side, therefore, this elephant itself is mithya. When it is mithya, the question that who is father, mother is redundant. Therefore, without mother, father, it can be projected. Elephant. Like in the dream, whatever the world we see, are there any substantial causes? कुछ नहीं है. स्मृति है बस, वासनाएं हैं. But not the actual matter material, na? सिर्फ स्मरण है. So sankalpa सृष्टि it is. In this way, the whole this Bhutakasha Jagat also solidified Sankalpa Srishti, that's all. More than that, just because it is experienced as Shabdasparsha Ityadi through the Indriyas, we need not believe that it is real. This is the toughest nut to crack. When we crack, we have understood Vedanta. We are understanding Vedanta. Dhire dhire. Okay. इदम जगत अयम सर्ग स्मृतिरेव इति जृंभते देखो दिस होल दिस इज जगत इट्स क्रिएटेड all of that is smritireva vijrumbate. Smriti is the vasanas, only the purva sankalpa, purva vasanas only. And in that sankalpa, sorry, because of those vasanas from the smriti only, when this jagat is kalpita, in that jagat what the normal things we see, है ना, दूर, कल्प, क्षण, अभ्यास, विपर्यास, एक रूपिणी. See that viparyasa shabda, it was studied for 3 days in our Mandukya Upanishad. Viparyasat yatha jagarat achintyan bhutavat sprishet. विपर्यासात् स्वप्नेपि धर्मान् तत्र पश्यति तत्रैव पश्यति. 41st mantra in 4th Alata Shanti Prakaranam. So, Dura means the far off distance, smaller one. Number nearer. Kalpa and Kshana. So, very long distance, as in science we talk as light years of distance. You know, the distance is how much distance the light travels with its speed in 1 year. In that calculated. And they say that newly discovered star or whatever it is 2500 million light years distance from the earth. वो बोलता है इसको कोई मतलब ही नहीं निकलता तो क्या. And we are made to study, our children are made to study. The inside the Atman is never taught, and the outside never existing projected world is taught. Anyway, so far distance, near distance. So to kalpa kshanabhyasa, the kalpa kala, you know that kalpa kala is of Brahma Deva's life span of 100 years with its two parardhas, in which 50-50 years, in each year 365 days. In each day of Brahmadeva, daytime, 1000 Chaturyugas, again one night, 1000 Chaturyugas. In this way, as it is calculated, then 1 second, like you know, the clock is clicking here, tuck, 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 chalta rehta hai. So, Dura Kalpa Kshanabhyasa Viparyasa Eka Rupini. All these concepts of time in their longevity as smallness, concepts of space in its nearness and fartherness, all are manasmriti only, manokalpita only. Understood? In the Paramatma, there is Chitta. In the Chitta, there are Vrittis. In the Vrittis, only all these are there. The consciousness is illuminating all this natak, and it is not becoming big because of the bigness in distance, nor becoming small. It's not becoming big because of bigness in the time, nor it is becoming small because of movement. Just like in TV, है ना? You can see एक ही घर में 1 घंटा सीन चलता है. In only one house with same dress the people, isn't it? वही दिखाते हैं आपको, वही लोग बातें करें same. In another thing, in that half an hour only, 200 places they make you घूमो, isn't it? आप बताओ, is it not all kalpita? Think. The budgeted movies, less budget wale, they cannot afford to take the people to different places and so on. No. So how come se kam paise mein karna hai? Therefore, minimum things they do. Some bada paise laga ke सब. But all projection only. That's what we have to catch. Then Durakalpa Kshanabhyasa Viparyasa Ika Rupini. So all this is Viparyasa only of the Chitta Smriti. Viparyasa means that which is not there is seen appearing. Now, Leela might have put a face of some surprise, which she heard about that Anubhuta and Ananubhuta. Mother thought of explaining that point little bit. She says, Nanubhuta Anubhuta cha Jnaptiritham Dvirupini Purva Karana Riktaiva Chidrupa Pravartati. Which we have already explained. Itham Jnapti Dvirupini. The ultimate Jnapti is pure consciousness. Here, Jnapti means Jnapakam, means memory, means Smriti. That is talked about. So, na Anubhuta and Anubhuta. Not experienced or seen, experienced and seen. In this way, the Jnapti is two types. Itham Jnapti Dvirupini. And in that, Ananubhuta जो है ना वो पूर्व कारण रिक्ता एव, without the earlier cause also. Chidrupa eva pravartate. The pure conscious self with its Shakti, without the earlier Karana also it can express. Now these are the very sublime knowledges where In the Upanishads, the rishis have no time to explain. They might have hinted here and there, but they were bypassed and directly we were taken towards the truth without much of the explanation to these things. But they are also the subjects that are dealt with in such sublime Prakana Granthas by those rishis. There, the Vasishtha had a lot of time, Rama has nothing to do. Therefore, he could explain in detail. So, पूर्व कारण रिक्ता एव चिद्रूपा एव प्रवर्तते त्रिरूपिणी ज्ञप्ति न अनुभूता अनुभूता च ओके नानुभूतेनुभूतत्वं संविदन्तरुदेत्यपि स्वप्न भ्रमादावन्यस्मिन् पितरीव पितुः स्मृतिः अब देखो न अनुभूते अनुभूतत्व means those which were never experienced they are also visualized. That is the power of Maya which projects in this samvida that ananubhuta also. Again, common examples. Swapna Brahmadau in the dream as well as in the Brahma delusion. Anyasmin pitari iva pituhu smriti. Dream में two things very funny. One can feel that he is the son of somebody. He is my father. ऐसा dream आ सकता है. Or some other child is your child. That type of dream comes. He is your father in the waking. But somebody else in the dream can appear. You never had that anubhuti that he is your father. Therefore, not that everything anubhuta only is projected. Therefore, in the same way, he is not your child, but it comes in dream. Here, Pitru example is given. Hundreds of other things that are there. दूसरे का कार अपना कार दिखेगा, दूसरे का घर अपना घर लगेगा. Isn't it? Like nowadays in all YouTubes everywhere, anybody's big houses, palace, they're all shown. और आपने बहुत गौर से ध्यान से देखा मान. In dream, you may feel it is your own house or pet dogs. The dog related shows you have seen. You don't have any pet dog. But see, in the dream, you feel you have tinjar. It was never anubhuta that it is yours. You never experienced. But then the feeling is there that you are feeding those dogs and all. That's what it says. Swapna brahmadau anyasmin pitahi iva pituhu smritihi. Don't we see that? So many things. The abhushanas, somebody's ornaments, you can feel as yours. You never anubhuta that you have wore that necklace. But the projection dream में होता है कि पहना है. ऐसे ही कपड़े भी कुछ भी. Then कदाचित् स्मृतितां त्यक्त्वा प्रतिभा मात्रमेव सत् भाति प्रथम सर्गेषु रूपेण तदनुक्रमात्. So, very interesting thing. Kadachit smrititam tyaktva. In some of the cases, without the smriti also, the projection happens. That's called pratibha matrameva tat. That's the simple expression. Another way is what? Bhati prathama sargeshu rupena tadanukramat. The meaning of the other things are the continuous consequential projections starting from the first creation of that Brahmadeva. Brahmadeva, let us say, came from Narayana Navi Kamala. So he created the first world as per Narayana's orders. Okay? Then from that, the continuously the replica of the creation goes on happening. This is one theory. Another is what, which will be said in next two, three slokas, that the earlier Brahma has realized the Brahman, therefore he has no smriti because he himself is not there. Therefore, the Brahma creation is absolutely fresh, first time. Then, till that Brahma continues, reflection or the repetition of what was done earlier, he will keep on doing it. These are all the sambhavanas of how Anubhuta and Ananubhuta Srushti is seen or kalpita. But our tatparya or purpose is not to understand that whether the Srushti happened, Anubhuta or Anubhuta, etc. Our purpose is to know that in this way the Kalpana happens. In whatever the way it's happening, understand that it is projected on reality. Reality is never touched. That reality are you. You are not this. Realize it and get liberated. So strongly all Upanishads recommend that only. So kadachit smrititam tyaktva pratibha matrameva sat. Bhati pratama sargeshu rupena tadanukramat. So without the smriti also, means earlier experience vasana, projection can happen. Then bhati pratama sargeshu rupena tadanukrama. It can be also continuation of the pratama sarga. Okay. Drishyam tribhuvanadidam anubhutam smrutau sthitam kesham chittanvi keshanchitu nanubhutam smrutau sthitam. That's the beauty. Hey Tanvi, O most dear beti or daughter or women, Tanvi means thin one. So Tanvi, Saraswati Mata is addressing Leela as Tanvi. Drishyam Tribhuvanadi idam. The entire idam Tribhuvana Drishyam Anubhutau Smrutau Sthitam. Some of that is earlier Anubhuta, now it is projected like this. Keshamchit. Tanvi. Keshamchit. Some of the part of it is what? Ananubhutam. Not earlier experienced, but still Smrutau Sthitam. It's projected in the Smriti. Smriti ka place कौन है? Chitta है. Therefore, Chitta from the earlier Vasana also it can project. Chitta can independently also project. So don't ask that question कि पहले का अनुभव के बिना कैसा होता है? होता है. पहले वाला कैसा हुआ? है ना? पहले वाला जब हुआ तो उससे पहले तो था ही नहीं ना. Now the beauty is what? Either Srushti based on the earlier impressions or the fresh. Both are in any way answered. That answer is not purpose. Purpose is in either way it is kalpita only. Isn't it? Like in many cases in Vedanta we study that somewhere you might have seen snake etc. Therefore, in that rope the snake bhana happened to me. The other fellow may be every day selling the garlands, flowers. So for him, in the same rope, the garland appeared. Somebody may be gardener in 10 houses every day. He was watering the plants. Every day he'll have to hold on to one or the other hose pipe. Therefore, to him that rope appeared as the hose pipe. लेकिन ऐसा एक संभावना है कि each one have their own impressions. So the rope is not seen as rope as it is. Therefore, from the impressions, that projection came. That anyway we study in Vedanta. Here something new. Mother Saraswati says that no need that he must be a person of the garlands. Still he can project it. That's the capacity of Chitta. Why? Because the garland which he has seen, that also is projection, no? It is also not real. The snake which was seen, ultimately that was also not real. जिसका जो स्मृति बना, जिसको लेकर अब रोप में स्नेक देख रहे. That's the power of Maya functioning as our mind and chitta, that it never allows our intellect to deeply inquire into the substrate, either of oneself or of the world. Of the world's substratum is Tatpada Shodhana. Of one's own substratum is Tvampada Shodhana, which will be our next text after Yoga Darshana, Yoga Taravati. So, pratibhasata eva idam keshanchit smaranam vina chid anunam prajeshatvam kakataliyavat yataha. See, pratibhasate eva idam keshanchit smaranam vina. Without the earlier smriti also, the things can be projected. Then chit anunam prajeshatvam. Okay. Kakataliyavat yataha. So Chidanunam Prajeshatvam Kakataliya Yataha. So the Kakataliya, you all know that Nyayam, that the crows landed on the Tala Vruksha. The very same time, the Tala Phala fell down. Tala Phala ho gaya Nariyal ka. So actually, many of us think that because the crow sat there, therefore the fruit fell. No. Exactly that moment when the fruit had to fall, the crow landed. In between them, there's no relation at all. Yet wait, जैसे बहुत बार भी आप किसी को बुलाना चाहते हैं, उन्होंने फोन किया और मैंने सोचा कि आपको बाउंड करो, आप ही ने किया मेरे को. दिस इज काकताड़ीय. इज नथिंग मिराकुलस अबाउट इट, इट जस्ट हैपेंस कभी कभी, है ना. somebody house you want to go, they only land. होता है कि नहीं बहुत बार. दैट्स कॉल्ड काकताड़ीयवत. in the same way, चिद अणूनाम प्रजेशत्वम काकताड़ीयवत यतः. So the pure consciousness, by that Prajesha is Brahmadeva, as ordered by Narayana, he can manipulate without changing it to appear as this creation. For that Prajesha, Brahmadeva, need not have the earlier Smriti, because earlier Brahma is got realized, no? He is never there, that he only is born, therefore he got the Smriti. Like you and I die, we are continuous, therefore the earlier Smritis will continue. That's why so many child prodigies, etc. we see, and child stupids also. They brought it from earlier life. Stupidity, prodigy, दोनों आपके घर में होते हैं. एक पोता इतना मजेदार, इंटेलिजेंट, सब काम में हाथ बढ़. दूसरा is such a lazy fellow, eating, sleeping, doing nothing. How come? Because those jivas brought it. But this is not the case with Brahma Deva. He is not the same Brahma who is born. The earlier Brahma, with his time ending, he has realized he is Mukta. When he is Mukta, he is not at all there. He is a new Brahma only. Therefore, if he is a new Brahma, where is the Smriti? Therefore, it is his own projection without the earlier imprints. I know. Isn't it? In Upanishads, the other thing also said, Yatha Purvama Kalpayatu. In that Yatha Purvama Kalpayat, दोनों बातें. जैसे पहले था वैसा बनाया, और जैसा पहला बनाया वैसा बनाया. जैसे पहले वाले ने कैसे बनाया वैसे ही बनाया. नॉट नेसेसरी दैट पहले वाले का रेफरेंस हो. That Yatha Purvama Kalpayat said in the Upanishads has these two types of meaning. That's why you see, sometimes you make some painting, other fellow also makes the same thing. अरे ऐसा कैसा, तुमने भी आज गधा बनाना चाहा, मैं भी गधा का ही पेंटिंग किया. Sometimes, when the teacher gives, please draw the picture of the most dearest animal to you. 30 students are there. The two students, same drawing they make, monkey or donkey. Coloring also they may see it. So in this, as he imagined and made, so he imagined and made. That's the relation, not that he copied the other fellow. No need, na. Even in today's scientific investigation, if one country has recognized or discovered something, they may not share anything with us. We may also discover it. इसमें यथापूर्व कल्पित मतलब उसने जिस तरह रिसर्च किया, ये भी उसी तरह रिसर्च किया विदाउट कॉपिंग हिम. So as it is revealed to him, to him also revealed. Nowadays, India is in every field venturing to discover for itself, making in India ke andar. Because dependency on other countries and the blackmailing us, very painful it is. More and more it should happen now. हो रहा है और भी होना है. Okay. In this way, Atyanta Vismrutam Vishwam. Now the most important shloka. Having said all this, now that's not the purpose, the creation and all. Atyanta Vismrutam Vishwam Moksha Ityavidhiyate Ipsite Tatra Nastah Kachana Kasyachito. See? Atyanta Vismrutam Vishwam Moksha Ityavidhiyate. See, the Smriti is the Vishwa. It's from vasanas and projections. Not at all real, but you take it as real and you are caught up in it. So the caught up or the bondage is because of the smriti of the Vishwa only, isn't it? In whatever the way it's projected. Therefore, what is the moksha? Atyanta vismrutam Vishwam moksha. Underline this line. ये पूरा विश्व का अत्यंत विस्मृति ही मोक्ष है. Therefore, ईप्सिता अनीप्सिते तत्र नस्तः काचन कस्यचित्. Therefore, for nobody in this world there is not anything worthy of desiring or non-desiring. Ipsita desire, anipsita non-desiring. Desirable and non-desirable. Nothing is there in this world. Because in either case of seeing something desirable or non-desirable, the reality is given to that object. इसलिए in all the shastras, aheyam anupadeyam ityadi, so many sentences are said. Do you have anything in this world to desire? No. That means you have all the things not to be desired? No, too. What do you mean by both the things? I don't desire anything, I don't desire anything means there is nothing for me to recognize, to desire or not desire. Because to not desire also you have to recognize, na? So that not recognizing the world is called Atyanta Vismriti of that Vishwam. So Atyanta Vismrutam Vishwam Moksha Vidhiyate. Same thing said from the other standpoint is what? When you see the substratum and see the substratum only everything, the other than that there is nothing. So Sarvameyatad Brahma means everything is that Brahman. So the whole ornaments are forgotten means what? In and through the gold that's permeating, that is recognized. Given reality. Then no value reality given to the gold, the ornaments at all. Swarna ko pucho, by how many ornaments are in you? It laughs at you. What are you talking nonsense? I am gold, that's it. For that gold, there is no the world of ornaments, etc. It is Atyanta Vispritam Vishwa. Mokshaitya vidhyate. That's why the gold is never bound by the appearance and disappearance of ornamentation because it never recognizes that. The Atyanta Vismrita Vishnu, what is said here is what? In Mandukya, the establishing of Ajata Advaita Brahma. That there is no Jagra Swapna Jagat at all. So for in that Mandukya, for me, what Jagrata I am seeing, what Swapna seeing, all of them are projection is said. Here, along with that, the entire outer universe also, which is Jagrata only, is only Smriti Matra. So if you can transcend that Smriti and forget the Jagat, what you see is Brahman. So therefore, the same thing in Yoga Darshanam, how it is achieved? By the elimination of the Vasana or Samskara, the Vrittis of the Chitta are eliminated. When the Chitta Vritti Nirodha happens, that world which was projected because of the Chitta Vrittis disappears and projected on what? The real self. That's realized. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avastha. Whether seen yoga, Vedanta, same thing. On the whole, through all this study, what we have to see? The past, present, future, the Kala, the Jagat, and all these are nothing but Chitta Kalpita Brahma only, not Satya. Satya is Kevala Adhisthana Brahma, which was proved in the earlier 2-3 chapters. What was the last chapter, the 20th one? Paramartha Pratipadanam. Na? That Paramartha alone is there. Other than that, nothing is real. That was said in those chapters in the language of Chidakasha, Chittakasha, Bhutakasha. Same thing said here in this language. The Smruti, Samskara, without Smruti. In both ways, the projection can be done of the creation. It's never a creation, it's a projection. That Vismruti, the Atyanta Vismruti is equal to, what do you say, Atyanta Vismrutam Vishram is equal to eliminating the Vasanas from within us. That's how the word Vasana will be slowly introduced in this text, which will run through all the further 4, 5 or 3, 4 prakaranas all through. So it's because of my Vasanas, I am seeing the Jagat in this Paramatma Tattva. So too, vasanas expressed at the chitta level vrittis, that chitta has its capacity of projecting without vasanas also the world. Therefore, with or without vasanas, anything seen is nothing but projection. Then what is reality? The Satchidananda Tattva, which you are realize it in your heart. Okay? Ipsita anipsita tatra nastaha kachana kasyachit. Kisi ka vivi. In this world, there is nothing to be desired or discarded. This is the sadhana to achieve Atyanta Visuddham Vishwam. Why? Moksha iti avidiyate. That's called as moksha. Therefore, Atyanta Abhava Sampattim Vina Ahanta Jagat Sthitehe Anutpadamaihesha Naudityeva Vyuktata. Again, one more word is added. Without the Atyanta Abhava of this Jagat, and without the Atyanta Abhava of the seer of this Jagat, the Ahankara, the reality cannot be realized, without which there can be no moksha. From here we will study tomorrow. Thank you. द 12th मंत्र से थोड़ा हम कल पढ़ेंगे, धीरे धीरे सुनते जाएंगे. नया नया इंफॉर्मेशन है, टेक इट एज इंफॉर्मेशन इवन इफ इट्स नॉट thoroughly understood. Sometimes you do chewing out these things. One thing is certain, it is told by Vaashishtha and told to Rama and written by Valmiki, and from the Krita Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, bypassing the Dwapara until now Kali Yuga, this knowledge has come intact, means there must be truth in it. उतना श्रद्धा तो रखो. शास्त्र कंटिन्यू आया है, और जो दिया है वो वशिष्ठ जी है, लिए है राम जी है, लिखे वाल्मीकि जी हैं. They won't speak untruth. They won't speak what they have not experienced. Even though I don't understand, still to have faith in them, these are the logics. Therefore, let me become deeper in my understanding of them through analysis and experience on the seat of meditation or contemplation. है ना? Therefore, इस तरह दिखने वाले जगत को भी मिथ्या जान कर डिस्कार्ड करते रहना, अधिष्ठान को मैं के रूप में जानते जाना. These two are called technically in the Shastra as Anvaya Vyatireka, Vyatireka Anvaya Sadhanas. Through that Vyatireka Anvaya, what is not there is rejected, what is there alone is realized. That's called moksha. Other than that, everything is to krunkarane, sanitya kale samprapte, o nahi rakshati. And searching the self is Bhaja Govindam. Today our morning class. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti. Now come to study little of our Yoga Taravali also.